Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. If you are new here, I am Victoria from Your Wings of Ascension, and this is your daily astrological horoscope for Friday, June 2nd, 2023. Excusez-moi, I don't know if you heard that bubbling. Gross. Well, today, first and foremost, as you can see, the moon has clearly moved away from our south node, thus breaking that fixed cross of that intense energy of falling into your fears, your shadows, that has lessened. Ooh, rah. What we do have, if you look up here, is again the Jupiter and North Node are next to each other, but Jupiter has now crossed over the North Node. So no longer is Jupiter longing to get up to the North Node to be there. They've met, and now Jupiter is continuing on with its journey, while the North Node is continuing on with its journey also. So this is kind of like a preview for this Jupiter and Taurus transit, which we are in Jupiter and Taurus until May of 2024. So you have just about a year of this energy. So the energy you felt yesterday, that's kind of what to expect for the next year or so. So you know how you felt. Ready. Ooh, I like that word, ready. I didn't even mean to, but that fits, right? You're getting ready for your future. I like that. Ooh, thanks, Spirit. That was cool. But yes, you knew how you were yesterday. You knew what felt good, what didn't feel good. You knew what you were doing, what you should have been doing. So taking that knowledge and going forward for the next year, you know what to adjust, you know what to stick with, you know what you need to do, right? Because you were either doing it or you weren't. And if you weren't, well, hello, how many times do I got to tell y'all? Do the things you need to do, okay? Okay, love y'all, but do what you need to do. We do have today the exact trine of Venus and Neptune. We will talk about that one. Venus and Neptune. So a trine is a very easy conversation. It is a positive conversation. It's not a super intense, passionate conversation. It's just, it feels good. You know that friend that you've known for a long time that you're just like, oh, I can be me around you. I'm so happy. That's what Venus and Neptune are feeling like right now, because they both get each other. They both kind of have a similar vibe. They both kind of have a similar feel to them. So when you have Venus, our heart center, in conversation in a trine manner with Neptune, our, collective conscious understanding, you have this heart-opening moment where we can connect with others. We can be extremely empathetic and understanding to others. We can feel, because Venus is in Cancer, we can feel very driven to care for ourselves, but also care for others. If you know any Cancers in your life, anybody that has Cancer placements, whether it's their Sun, their Venus, anything, you're going to feel, if they're expressing their energy healthily, you're going to feel very good. It's kind of like that loving mom energy, where these people, these Cancerians, are very protective, very loving, very loyal. So this moment where Venus is in good conversation with Neptune, our heart with our collective heart, we want to nurture the collective, but guess what? The collective is also wanting to nurture us. So this is a really, really beautiful Friday to be around people, to talk to people, to do things with people. Awesome. This is also the day of the artist. I don't care if you're a professional artist, a hobby artist, or you don't think you're an artist at all. When I was writing this stuff, getting ready, preparing, I was like, Spirit, what else do we need to know? Very clearly, Spirit said to me, this is beyond anything a day to be creative. So draw, sculpt, write music, dance, create something artistically. Even if you don't think you have any art skills, sit down with a blank piece of paper and just start doodling. What comes through is a message in and of itself. So whatever you create, whether it's a drawing, you sculpted something, you've written a song, you've written a poem, you've created a dance, there is a higher meaning behind whatever you have just created. So Spirit is going to give you tools to help you evolve through this art, which is such a cool thing. The only thing I caution you with is I have this aspect natally in my chart, so I feel like I can really express to you the creative side, where you all that know me, you know I make everything, right? Make my own soap, I make my own jewelry, I make my own shirts, I make my own whatever, I make things. I'm a creative person. But I also have had this Venus-Neptune trine where I can overvalue things and people. This is a caution for everybody. Because there's such this heart-opening energy, you can unintentionally put someone or something on a pedestal that it doesn't belong on. The way to avoid this is to, and we go back to this every time, hold that sacred knowledge, that sacred truth within yourself. If you are connected in and you know what your values are, and there's that something that just, no, if it wouldn't really be like that, then don't. Just don't put it on the pedestal, right? Too good to be true is too good to be true. So this words, precious words. Neptune, Venus is super creative. It is super artistic. Messages come through from your higher self, from your spirit team. Super important to do this, but also be careful that you don't overvalue things. Sometimes it's even overvaluing that message. You may just put way too much stock into you drew a cow, right? I don't know. You know what's true in your heart. We do get, and I'll give you back the chart, support from this with our moon in Scorpio. We do have a little bit of discomfort early in the day because this moon is opposing both Uranus and Mercury. So this can kind of be a mental, just discomfort. You can have thoughts that don't really make sense to you, that are just this unease. This is going to be the first half of the day. Ride the waves with it, right? Because this is a daily thing, ride the waves. If it's uncomfortable, maybe take a note or just let it pass, whatever feels right to you. But just know it's a passing thing. As the day progresses, the moon is going to trine, which we know is a good conversation, both Venus and Neptune. So that early morning kind of uncomfortable mental stuff is going to go away. My guess would be, and I'm going to bring you back again, I ain't no psychic. There ain't nobody who's going to tell you what the future is going to be because there's so many different potential realities, timelines. Nobody can predict the future. But if I had to guess, I would say this moment where you're overvaluing something is probably going to come in the morning because you have this mental confusion, this mental discomfort where you don't really feel good, so you might just overvalue that thing over there that feels good. Make sense? Whereas later in the day, when you have the moon in good aspects to these things, it's going to be more pure to who you are. So overall, Friday's a really good day. Friday is Venus's day, and we have this super beautiful connection. We have this super beautiful, artistic, inspirational, spirit-inducing moment. So take it and run with it. But just heed my warning, friends. Don't put something or someone on a pedestal that don't belong there. Because I've done it. Spent money on things that I was like, oh, I really want to do this. And I buy 15,000 books. And I'm like, well, I just spent a couple $100 I didn't need to spend because it's been 3 months and now I don't think it's that cool anymore. So just learn from my mistakes, right? Just hold on to what's really true in your heart. If it piques your interest, let it pique your interest. But don't dive all the way in. As I tell you every time, you've got this, we've got this. I love you all, and I will see you for the weekend forecast.